Have you ever watched someone revel in another person's misfortune? Maybe you've seen it in a schoolyard, at work, or even among friends. Those moments when someone's pain becomes another's entertainment. Maybe you've seen someone kick a rival when they're down, or take advantage of a neighbor's bad luck. Sometimes it's subtle, a smirk, a whispered joke. Other times it's blatant, like swooping in to claim what someone else has lost. Ezekiel 35 is all about that, except on a national scale. It's not just individuals, but entire nations, caught up in cycles of rivalry, resentment, and opportunism. Picture this: Mount Seir, the craggy red mountains south of Israel, home to the ancient nation of Edom. These mountains, harsh and imposing, have witnessed centuries of conflict and bitterness. For generations, Edom nursed a grudge against Israel, a perpetual hatred, as the prophet Ezekiel puts it. This wasn't just a passing feud, it was a deep, festering wound that shaped both nations' destinies. Every time Israel stumbled, Edom cheered. Their joy wasn't innocent. It was the satisfaction of seeing an old enemy fall, the thrill of vindication. When disaster hit, Edom didn't reach out a helping hand. They turned away, ignoring cries for help, letting suffering run its course. Instead, they moved in, eager to snatch up land and opportunity from the ruins. They saw tragedy as a chance to expand, to profit, to erase old boundaries and claim what wasn't theirs. But in Ezekiel 35, God sends a message through the prophet. Enough is enough. The time for silent watching and secret gloating is over. God says, set your face against Mount Seir, prophesy against it. The words are direct, unflinching, a confrontation that can't be ignored. He lays out the charges: Edom's delight in Israel's suffering, their cold opportunism, and their relentless hostility. It's a list of grievances that has grown over generations, now brought into the open. And then comes the verdict. The judgment is swift, but it's not arbitrary. It's the result of choices made, of compassion withheld, of cruelty embraced. God promises to turn Edom's own mountains into a wasteland. The very land they cherished, the stronghold they trusted, will become a symbol of emptiness and loss. Their cities, once bustling with life, will be left silent and empty. The laughter and celebration will be replaced by silence, the echoes of what once was. The prophecy is crystal clear. I will make you a desolation and a waste. These are not just words, but a vision of total reversal, where pride gives way to ruin. This isn't just about revenge. It's about justice, about holding people and nations accountable for how they treat others, especially the vulnerable. It's a reminder that actions have consequences, and that indifference can be as damaging as open hostility. But here's the twist. While Edom's story ends in desolation, Israel's doesn't. In the midst of judgment, there's a promise of hope, a future beyond the ruins. All around these dark warnings, Ezekiel weaves in threads of hope for Israel's restoration. Even as one nation falls, another is promised renewal, a second chance, a new beginning. God's judgment isn't random or cruel, it's part of a bigger plan to set things right. Justice and mercy are woven together, shaping a future where wrongs are made right and hope is restored. Ezekiel 35 stands as a warning, a flashing red sign for anyone tempted to profit from another's pain, or to let hatred fester unchecked. It's a call to examine our own hearts and actions, to choose compassion over cruelty. It's a reminder that God sees, that He cares about justice, and that every act of cruelty or compassion matters more than we think. Our choices ripple outward, shaping destinies in ways we may never fully understand. So next time you hear about Mount Seir or the nation of Edom, remember, their downfall wasn't just about ancient politics. It was about the timeless struggle between justice and injustice, mercy and malice. It's a lesson, echoing through the ages, that God's justice will always have the final word. And in that justice, there is always a call to choose compassion, to stand with the vulnerable, and to remember that every action matters.